Welcome to Coding with T, and I'm your host, Tiffany.
Hey Codies, quick disclaimer. From this point on, I'll be dropping videos every Monday and Wednesday at 3:30 Central Time, so stay tuned. I hope you watched the last video because this video builds on top of the last video. So in this video, we will be discussing and working with ArrayList methods. So just to get started, I'm going to show you all how to add a member to an array list. We created this program on the last video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to comment out the previous examples. I don't feel like it's needed to show you how to use the add method. Bear with me while I comment out a few lines. Okay, let's start. So let's suppose we wanted to add a few numbers to our array list. Here's how we do it. We're going to use the variable name associated with the array list created and declared on line number 9. So we type my numbers, use the dot operator, type the word add, and inside the parentheses we're going to type the number 40. And we're going to do the same thing on the next line. My numbers, dot add, inside of the parentheses, the number 55. My numbers on the next line, dot add, 65. On the next line, we're going to do the same thing. My numbers, dot add, 75. We're going to make sure all of these have semicolons. Now our my numbers array list have 4 values stored. To check to see if everything is stored properly, we can use the system.out.println, and inside of those parentheses, we're going to type the variable my numbers and make sure it has a semicolon on the side. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. I'm going to uncomment out line 18 because I want to show you how to use the add method with a string. Now let's suppose after looking at line 18, we wanted to add a string to our string array list. To do this, we type the variable name, and in this case, list of my strings, dot add. Inside of the parentheses, we're going to use double quotes. And inside of the double quotes, we're going to type hi. On the next line, we're going to repeat the same steps, but this time we're going to type a space and then the word Cody's. And we're going to do this on the next line as well. But inside of the double quotes, we're going to use the exclamation mark. And just to make sure everything has stored successfully in our string array list, we're going to system.out.println. And inside of the parentheses, we're going to use the variable name, which is list of my strings. And while I'm at it, I'm going to delete line 26 because you use a list the same way you would use an array list. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. Now let's suppose after looking at our first print statement, we decided we needed or wanted to add the number 45 between the number 40 and 55. To do this, we type my numbers dot add. Inside of the parentheses, we're going to type the number 1 and then the number 45. And just to be clear, 45 is inserted into index 1. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. Now let's suppose we wanted to replace a number / element at a specified index position with another number. To do this, we type my numbers, we use the dot operator, and use the word set. Inside the parentheses, I'm going to type 0 and then 35. And of course, I make sure it's closed with a semicolon. Just to give you a rundown on what's going on here, I'm changing the value assigned to index 0, which in this case is the number 40, to the value of 35. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. Now, let's suppose we wanted to remove a value from our array list. So let's remove the value of 75. To do this, we type my numbers dot remove. Inside of the parentheses, I'm going to type 4. Now, our new array list should show every value except the number 75, which is located in index number 4. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. Moving on. So next, I want to show you how to use the get method. Here's the format. My numbers dot get, inside of the parentheses, the number 3. This method should retrieve the information located in index number 3. Let's run our program. This is not gonna do what I was expecting. But what I should have done and what I will do is I'm gonna go back and I'm going to system.out.println, and inside of my parentheses I'm gonna type my numbers dot get. Inside of the parentheses I'm going to use index 3. Now that should work. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. The next thing I want to show you is how to get the size of an array list. I know you have probably figured we'll use the size method. And if that's what you're thinking, you're absolutely correct. Here's what we will type to get the size of our array. My numbers dot size. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. Now let's suppose there's a situation where we want to check our array list for a particular value. To do this, we'll use the contain method. Therefore, we're going to type my numbers dot contains 55. Now, if this number is indeed a part of our array list, we'll get a true response, else we'll get a false response. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. Now let's suppose we didn't know what all numbers were even stored in our array list. However, we feel like we know the number 65 is in our array list somewhere, and we want to know the first occurrence of the element. We would accomplish this by using the index of method. Here's how you do it. My numbers dot index of. Inside of these parentheses, we're going to type the number 65. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. Quick reminder, index positions begin with the number 0 and not 1. So here's what that would look like. Now finally, I want to show you how to use the toArray method. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to type the word object because this method will return an object type. And then I'm going to type brackets. I'm going to create a variable name. My variable name will be myArray1. Then I'm going to initialize it. In other words, set it to my numbers. Once I'm done doing that, I'm going to use the dot operator to call the toArray method. Now, since I'm done with this part, I'm going to create a for loop. The for loop purpose is to loop through the entire array until everything is read. Here's how you create a for loop in case you've forgotten. For int I equals 0, I is less than my numbers, dot size, I plus plus. And inside of the curly braces, I'm going to use a print statement to display the array to the screen. And just in case you didn't watch the previous video where we worked with arrays, just a reminder, my array 1 brackets I is how we control which index is displayed in terms of wanting to display everything in the array. And just so things don't look confusing, I'm going to clean it up a bit. I'm going to use another print statement stating what the code below does. And I'm going to use another print statement here too. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. Okay, Codies, we're going to end it here. If this video helped you out, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, hit that notification button, and also drop a comment and share the video. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.